bro. Both
Yeah,
of them
I know,
tough.
both of them.
Bro, lightning powers are so tough. Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Demon Slayers, and we're back doing another thing for your bulls. And today we're reacting to top 10 Fate series fights. What the fuck was that?
He was pissing me off, man.
Alright.
We seen like it was in the last top really fights. It was the last fight. That fight was looking tough. So and we got recommended in the comments. We're gonna put it up. Yeah, we just gonna get into it, man. That nigga
epic
tough.
that
Lance,
combines
the
modern
Lance.
settings and legendary
Tough as
heroes
hell, bro.
summoned from the past, duking it out for the artifact known as the Holy Grail. I'm sure you've
Bro,
guessed
the
what
animation
franchise
is
I'm
crazy.
talking about by now, haven't you? If you
Look at
didn't,
him.
you need to hang out on the internet some more. With how popular the series has become, it's about time we have a video on the Fate series.
Somebody
And
said
what
the
better
Demon
topic to
Slayer,
focus on
John's
than the
is
fights?
the
After
animations.
all, a war for the Holy
better
Grail's
than,
just as good as the fights that set the stage for the winner's coronation. On the other hand, who wouldn't want to take a trip down memory lane and relive some of the epic fights that UFO Table's known for? Without further ado, here are the top 10 fights in the
Every
Fate
fight like
anime
that, bro.
series. The first Heaven's Feel movie ends in a bang, giving us our first fight on the list, Ryder versus True Assassin. As the film draws to a
What was his
close,
name
it
again?
seems that Saber's master is doomed to
Shiro, I
suffer
think.
the same fate as many who cross True Assassin.
never watched this, though.
Yeah, right. You
yeah.
think they'd kill the
I
main
didn't watch
character
this
off?
movie, but I watched the show.
Surprisingly, help is on its way. Just as Shiro's about to be finished off by True Assassin, Ryder, of all servants, comes to the rescue. And this isn't the same Ryder as the one that was easily defeated earlier in the movie. This time, she's faster and
Sexy.
more
Horny,
powerful
bruh.
than her previous
Yeah,
incarnation.
faster,
And she
sexy.
puts on a show with her chains before forcing a retreat out of True Assassin. Just how did a servant that was so weak become the one to save our protagonist? It's anybody's guess at that point, but those familiar with the story know that the answer is closer to Shiro than you would have expected.
Whooping this nigga's ass.
She was spraying them everywhere. I love this nigga right here.
Both of them, bro. Both
Yeah,
of them
I know,
tough.
both of them.
Bro,
tough.
lightning powers are so tough.
Bro, they don't even. They have just. They,
Next
I don't
up,
think they got
we have
any, like,
Archer
elemental powers,
versus
bro. They just got
Lancer
their
in
swords.
Unlimited Blade Works.
He got an
Everyone
arrow,
knows him for the jokes about him dying, but when you look at it from another perspective, Lancer's probably one of the strongest servants summoned in Fate Stay Night's Holy Grail War.
You
He
gonna see him.
constantly falls
You gonna see
victim to the biggest curse in anime while fighting, not
Not
being the
being
main
the main
character.
character.
And each match
Facts.
battle quickly goes in Lancer's favor as he reveals that he is indeed taking it easy in their first confrontation. With all the shackles removed, Lancer proves to be without peer in combat, and Archer finds that out the hard way. Nevertheless, both combatants remain calm and collected
move would've
as
killed
Lancer
his ass.
unleashes his noble phantasm,
does he do it
Gay
like
Bolg. A full-powered Row IS
you
barely
don't got no
protecting
elements?
Archer from
But
the powerful noble
it just looks
phantasm.
crazy,
Maybe
man.
Gay
I'm
Bolg
pretty
secretly
sure,
the
man.
most
Pretty
powerful
sure.
noble phantasm in this war. Once you're hit by it, game over. The only way to survive it is to defeat Lancer beforehand. And speaking of defeating Lancer before he can use Gay Bolg,
Damn.
True Assassin.
next we have Lancer versus True Assassin. To be honest, I wouldn't
He's
consider this much of a
zooming.
fight, but more of a chase scene. A beautiful and cinematic chase fitting for a modern movie of the
Right, the
Fate
only thing-
franchise.
I hope I
Seeing a
remember-
pattern
He
with
be getting sold, bruh. Like, you see how he's tough? I don't think I've never seen him win a
He
fight.
be trying to like do
Never
everything.
seen him
No,
fucking
bruh.
Hawk.
Cause look, in another fight, it was like he fought the bitch with a sword. He died. Like, it's like different, like
Hold on, he died in the show?
it's different series slash the top 10 in Fate series. It's like different timelines and shit, and it's the same people but different timelines. He always loses, but he's tough, bro. I don't know why they be doing him like that, bro.
pattern with short,
They just
vicious
don't like
pleasant
him.
fights in Heaven's Field. When you think about
Look
it,
at him.
Aita shows that Lancer has the fight
Nah,
against
yeah,
True
he's-
Assassin won in all regards. He chases True Assassin throughout the city, and he outmaneuvers and overcomes all that True Assassin throws at him. Even with superior combat
God.
abilities, Lancer fails to catch True Assassin in time and is led to a confrontation with the shadow that's been haunting for Yuki City. Seeing the threat of this new enemy, Lancer attempts to use Gay Bolg, but is slain before managing to let loose the destructive noble phantasm. The fight is here to showcase the threat of the shadow and how a big player it is in the story.
That
The
would
look of
be terrible,
disbelief on
man.
Lancer's face says it all. No way
that
would
shit,
True
bro.
Assassin be able to defeat a servant of Lancer's caliber, but with the mysterious shadow
How
by
did
his
he drive
side,
his heart?
masters and servants
That's
He,
beware.
like, he can do shit like that. That's the main character. He was right there.
And her right there.
Yeah. She.
I didn't see this right here. What's this nigga?
Our next entry is Shiro, Saber, and Rin taking on
Yeah, he's
Kazuki
running.
and Caster. This fight shows that while servants are the mightiest heroes of legend, you shouldn't underestimate masters in a fight. Kazuki's one master who's trained himself to fight on par with servants and shows
He's going to work.
They have like, it's like masters and servants, and the nigga with the red hair, he's the master, he's the main character, and the servant is the girl with the sword.
Usually the masters don't have any powers.
Yeah, they weak, and then the servants be OP. But
this
this
master-
nigga,
It's always
yeah,
backwards. then.
He's ready to throw
Yeah.
hands anytime.
yeah, and they have like rules that can make them so that they have to listen to them. That's why the servants wouldn't just fuck up the masters and leave, because they have rules.
Yeah.
his strength by taking on Saber himself. It isn't Caster who manages
He
to
was fucking
overpower
her up.
Saber, but her human
I'm taking
master.
her-
Something like that's unheard of, and it just
I
shows
remember
how
that girl.
amazing a combatant Kazuki's become. With that impressive
Why
shot
would she even
against
try?
Saber, taking
Yeah,
down
he
Rin
deserved
wouldn't be
it.
much of a chore now, would it?
He
So it's up to
deserved it.
Shiro to
And
save
who
the
is he, a
day,
master or
and
servant?
boy did he
Master.
do it. He showcases his
OP.
projection abilities in his attempt to
Low
save
key,
both
yeah.
Saber and Rin. Well, creating
Well, he's a
Archer's
main
blades
character, right?
doesn't
No, yeah, he
really
is.
get the
He's
job
nice.
done, but the ability
They was
does
going
shift the
crazy.
tide of the battle a bit until Kazuki and Caster make their getaway.
This is the one I was talking about.
Fate Zero has the next great fight on the list, Saber versus Lancer. This fight isn't the first to
she's one of
feature
the
Saber
characters,
taking
yeah.
on Lancer in the Fate Zero timeline.
what's
Previously, Lancer always seemed to come out on top. However, the battles would always be interrupted, which results in a debatable draw. This time, Saber and Iris Veal confront Lancer for the last time, hoping to finish the duel between the servants and finally decide a winner. The two servants exchange blows as equals, and we see how much Saber values fighting with honor and a clear conscience. Unfortunately for her though, someone whose fate is tied to her doesn't share her ideals. Yep, that fight's cut short by Kiritsugu's intervention. He coerces Kaneth to use his command seal in order to force Lancer into committing
What?
suicide.
Damn,
With
man.
that,
That nigga's
Lancer
smart
dies,
as fuck.
cursing the Holy Grail, Kiritsugu, and the world. And it's such a shame that such a good fight ended in a tainted way. Then again,
Bro,
to
he-
be fair,
bro,
another
they all have
fight,
plot armor
Kiritsugu's
against
the
him.
He
embodiment
had
of
to
that.
do to win, bro. He told the other nigga to use the shit to tell him to kill himself, bro. He always wins, bro. That shit was tough.
Saying,
This nigga's crazy.
Nah, this thing-
At 5, we have Saber Alter versus Berserker from the second Heaven's Feel movie. Midway through the
Shit
second
was
Heaven's
crazy,
Feel
bro.
movie, Saber Alter manifests and has none other than Berserker as her first opponent. It's a key rematch from the previous movie. This battle's big in a way that it shows how far Saber in this new
That guy
form
is
has
so
come.
fast.
After losing to Berserker in the original movie as her
He
previous
gets so much.
self, Alter
main
proves to
servant.
be more than what Berserker and his numerous lives can handle. Few can have physically besting Berserker as a claim to fame, but Alter does it and more.
He looks
Seemingly
like zombie
unscathed by the
Luffy.
raw power of
Insane.
Berserker, Alter finishes the fight with her new version of Excalibur. Overall, the fight might not be that
Nigga.
exciting or tense as the next ones that we have on the list, but it's a visual treat.
Boom.
It's a fucking nuke.
Yeah, that nigga's dead.
Deforestation, bro.
彼方にこそ栄えあり届かぬからこそ痛
How
い
you riding a horse in this type of
Can't
timeline?
be it. Just-
波動を示す
Right.
背中を見守る進化のために
Ryder. Nah, that
Oh,
nigga's OP.
yeah.
OP as fuck.
If there's a memorable moment in Fate Zero due to the sheer spectacle of
All
it,
explosions,
this
huh?
would be
Swords.
it. As the series
Like
approaches
weapons and
its
shit.
end, we're treated to a final face-off between Ryder and Gilgamesh. After some words to his master, Ryder activates his noble phantasm and the fight's on. We once again get treated to the awesomeness that is Ionioi Hitairoi. Who could beat an entire army of soldiers forged by bonds and the spirit of the great conqueror? A red sword.
sword.
That's what. Despite having his reality marble wiped by Gilgamesh's Enuma Elish, Ryder charges on. Enduring blade
By
after
himself?
blade from the gates
Yeah.
of Babylon, Ryder's sheer willpower keeps him going. It's glorious for Ryder. Not a lot can force respect out of Gilgamesh, but here he's finally recognized as a worthy opponent to the King of Heroes.
旅の遠征もまた
At least he went out like a warrior.
存分に
I'm saying, bro. Gilgamesh is OP.
踊ったな
Oh yeah, this I remember this fight.
He a master, right?
Opening our top 3 is Gilgamesh versus Shiro. Honestly, I'm tempted to
I
put
would've thought
this
this
fight
would've been number
higher
1.
just because of the sheer spectacle of it. This fight in the climax is largely one of the reasons why I like Unlimited Blade Works so much, even with the problems it has. After seeing how big of a Karma Houdini Gilgamesh ended Fate Zero as, it feels so satisfying to see him find his match in not the strongest of servants, but a boy who just really wants to be a hero of justice. Using Unlimited Blade Works, Shiro manages to match Gilgamesh's sword blow by blow. As he admits, this tactic would be useless against the mightiest servants, but against the arrogant king whose sword spams those he deems beneath him, this is the perfect counter. Shiro outmaneuvers Gilgamesh's onslaught and caps off the battle with his beautiful version of Ro Ayas. I'm sure that I'm not the only one who had goosebumps in this fight. Backed with, in my opinion, the best rendition of the Emiya theme jamming in the background, this fight is a must-watch. If you want something to convince you to watch Unlimited Blade Works, this is it.
Oh yeah. Archer.
In a close race for the top spot, Archer versus Shiro falls short in second place. They say your greatest enemy is yourself. That doesn't hit any closer to home for both Shiro and Archer. Being Shiro's future self from a timeline where he's grown embittered and cynical, Archer vows to take down his other self and break down the latter's details.
Him, like, you know, the red-haired boy, that's him in the future and as a servant. That's why he got the same weapons and shit, and he was able to like create the shits.
So that's why it's fate, but it's like they changed their fates.
Yeah.
Tails. What makes this battle so awesome is the fact that it's not a battle of strength. Come on, we all know Shiro's a capable fighter and that Archer's nowhere near the strongest servant in terms of raw power. But do you think that Shiro has any chance at all of defeating one of the most resourceful and versatile servants in a straight battle? Instead of a battle of strength, this battle is more a clash of ideals. Archer has the chance to quickly put an end to his young, naive self, but he refuses to do so. His enemy's not the boy in front of him, but the ideals that would soon turn that boy into the cynic that he knows. In the end, it's the stronger will that triumphed in this battle. Refusing to give in to Archer's taunts, Shiro holds his ground in his beliefs and grabs the victory that he should never have gotten.
This shit like a straight movie, bruh. Okay, man, you gotta watch this, bro. It's understandable that it's number 1.
So did you guess which fight made it to the number 1 spot on our list? Yep, that's right. Kirei versus Kiritsugu from Fate Zero takes the number 1 spot. With Kirei versus Kiritsugu, we have an unorthodox fight for anime standards. With the past entries, we've been treated to amazing reality marvels, excellent swordsmanship, and loads more. However, this fight needs no such useless fireworks. Kirei and Kiritsugu battle it out as foils, two people who are cut from the same mold, pragmatic monsters who are beyond right or wrong in their personal crusades. Everything in the fight is what you'd expect for a final battle between two masters, given Fate Zero's stellar reputation. Fluid fight choreography and brilliant strategizing highlight the rather short confrontation between two people who are essentially the same, and you could see it in their exchanges. Despite being this badass mage killer who doesn't give a damn about fighting clean and honorably, Kiritsugu finds his match in the priest, who acts as a wall that he just can't overcome. Instead of a slugfest, we're treated to a brilliant dance of assassins. Personally, this isn't just my favorite from the Fate series, it's also one of my favorite fights in anime.
Oh yeah, he'll be freezing time for it.
And there we have it, the top 10 Fate anime fights. Do you know that the third and final Heaven's Feel movie is due out next year? That's right, one more year before it all ends with one hell of a finale. But wait,
you should watch Fate, bro. That shit tough. It's the two of them are on Netflix. Like it's in order. You can watch the 0 one where it's the two masters shooting, and then the second one was the nigga with the red hair.
Oh, it's a series though.
It was a series of movies.
Nah, it's like series. They both 24 episodes. You should watch it, bro. That shit tough.
They're never gonna disappoint you with the animation.
Nah, yeah, that shit like a movie every episode, bro. Shit tough. But we better sign out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Go.
It's your boy Up Top Cash.
And we out, man.